only a response to your questions, not a reaction. I'm not reacting to it. So actually, the questions are born out of the answers you already have. Otherwise, you cannot have any questions. I don't have any questions of any kind except the questions I need to ask to function in this world sanely and intelligently. I have to accept the reality of the world as it is imposed on me. Otherwise, I cannot function sanely and intelligently. As a matter of fact, this is knocking off the very foundation of the logical structure which we have built there. Its interest is to capture this, put this in the framework of your logical thinking, and through that it gathers momentum. So it's not illogical, but the very logical foundation is false. It works, it helps us in a particular area, but it only sharpens the intellect which we are using. So what we always do is to use the intellect, and that is not the instrument to understand something living. And there is no other instrument, and you don't need any other instrument. So to talk of intuition, to talk of some other way of understanding, so that's not the instrument, and there is no other instrument. If that is the situation, there is no need for you to have any other instrument. There is no need to understand anything. How that understanding, that is not the instrument and there is no other instrument, is something which you have no way of knowing. It just dawns on you that is not the instrument and there is no other instrument. So there is no need to search for another kind of an instrument. So anything you want implies that you have to think. Wanting and thinking are not two different things. Anything you want, it doesn't matter what you want, whether the material goodies or spiritual goodies. The only thing you do is to think. And to be able to do that, you need some ideas. It's given to us by others. But they are all false. So I can say they are false. There's no point in you were saying that they are false. So the only problem that is there, the battle that is going on there is the demand to fit into the value system. What I emphasize in my encounter with people, if I may use that word, is to emphasize that we have placed before ourselves the goal of a perfect being. By placing that goal as the goal before us, the culture has done tremendous harm to the human species. Actually, nature is creating perfect species and not perfect beings. So we have created a value system, culture, society, or whatever you want to call it, has created this value system born out of the idea that the perfect being functions that way. See, so there is no way you can fit yourself into that value system, and that is why there is a battle. You can't throw that system out of the window or down the drain, because you are forced to accept that is the only valuable system that we have created so far, and that you have to fit into that framework. That's the battle, that's the conflict that is there. So somehow, you see, that gives you the hope, and we all live in hope and die. Sorry, I have said my piece. Anything? This is not a talk, and I never give talks. I've said a lot of things.
But aren't there any guidelines to this value system?
The guidelines are there, the whole ethical codes of conduct is there for us. But why is it a problem for us to fit ourselves into that value system? Why? Why does it have to be tomorrow? Take any of those things. selfishness, for example. The society, whether you are here in Hong Kong or in India or in America, demands that you should be free from selfishness. And what is it that we are doing to free ourselves from selfishness? We have placed before ourselves the goal. We have accepted the goal placed before us that we should all be selfless. And so it is that has created the selfishness here. There is no selfishness there at all. The demand to be free from selfishness is the one that has created the selfishness there. It's very difficult for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Supposing you want to tell yourself, what is it that is here? What do you see there? Assuming for a moment that you can see something there. What you see there is the opposite of what you like to be, what you want to be, what you should be, what you ought to be, what you must be. That's all that you see there. And what is it that you are doing to be free from selfishness? You are doing a thing. What you are doing is only thinking. That thinking implies postponing the action that is necessary to be free from whatever you are trying to be free from. So anything that is there, any movement that is there, any action that is taking place cannot be false. Take for example the desire, if I may use that word. Desire is the expression of life. There is no point in saying that you should be free from desire. If you are free from desire, you will be a corpse there, I assure you. If you are really free from desire, you will be a corpse, dead corpse, if I may use that, is to emphasize that clinical death will take place. But by inventing this, that you should be free from desire for whatever reason, or that you should replace one desire with another kind of a desire, holier desire, or try to be desireless for whatever reason, you are postponing any action that is necessary for you to free yourself from the desire. For whatever reason you want to be free from desire, I don't see any reason why you should be free from desire. Because you have no way of looking at what you call desire. You have no way of looking at what you call selfishness. You have no way of looking at what you call anger, greed, jealousy, and you can sit on platform and harangue, give lectures on how to be free from anger, how to be free from greed, how to be free from all those fancy stuff that we have been asked to free ourselves from. For whatever reason, maybe for the continuity and the status quo of the society, such people are useful. But anger, for example, is an outburst of tremendous energy there. So it cannot be false. It cannot do any harm either to this body or to your fellow beings. It is not that is really the problem. The problem is that you are wanting to be free from anger for whatever reason. You have set in motion the demand to be free from the frustration. You have tried so many times to be free from all those things, but you have not succeeded. Only tomorrow, the day after, probably in your next life, if there is one, you are going to be free from that. What is there is how to be free from anger, how to be free from greed, how to be free from selfishness, how to be free from desire, how to be free from jealousy, how to be free from envy. These are all very pious, wonderful copybook maxims, but you have never seriously tried to deal with them. They are something living. You see, what you are trying to do, or the instrument which you are using to free yourself from, is a dead thing. It cannot touch anything living. All ideas, all thoughts are dead. So any attempt on your part to touch something living, that will be burned. See? So your interest is to maintain that. What you are there is nothing but the identity you have created. Not you have created. The society, culture has created you and me, And so there is no way you can experience anything, without the help of that totality of knowledge that is passed on to us from generation to generation. The fact that you are alive is something which cannot be experienced by you except through the knowledge that is given to us by the medical technology or some other way. So, is it possible for you to be free from those things? I say no, you say yes. But that has to be only in the future. Why does it have to be in the future? Why there is no action now? What prevents the action? It is necessary, if selfishness is really a problem, to be free from that now, you see, at this moment, and not tomorrow and the day after. That means until tomorrow you will remain selfish. Until day after tomorrow, until the end of your life you will remain selfish. There is no way. I'm not saying anything against selfishness, you see. The ruthless selfishness is something that will free you from selfishness and not the practice of selflessness for whatever reason you are trying to free yourself from. So that applies to everything that you are trying to be free from, because the jealousy, for example, you see, I am referring to all these things because the whole ethical codes of conduct insist that you should, you see, be free from this, that and the other. But we have never really come to grips with the real problem, because there is no problem there. There is no problem there. The solutions that people, the great teachers, have offered to us are really not the solutions. If they were the solutions, the problems wouldn't be there. You know, if there is no way you can solve the problem, even then the problem is not there. What we are dealing with is the solutions offered to us by the great teachers of mankind. And we dare not question the solutions, because that means you are questioning the teachers who say they have solved these problems for themselves and by themselves, and offered us those solutions as the way out of the problems we are trying to solve the problems. So, as I said at the very beginning, you have no questions at all. All the questions which you throw at yourself and others are born out of the answers you already have. If there is an answer, the question cannot be there. So why we keep asking the question all the time, all through our lives? There must be something funny, something strange, something wrong with the whole business. So if there is an answer to that question, the question goes. If the question goes, the answer goes. Naturally. If the answer goes, the one who is responsible, or one who has given that answer as the answer for our problems, that teacher also goes. There the sentiment comes into the picture, and we don't want any answers for the questions. I've said a lot, that's enough for you. You can turn it off. I have said these things over and over. Yes.
And I like today, I would ask the same question I asked 3 years ago.
3 years ago. You will continue to ask the same question
Yes,
next to 10 years, 15 years.
You're the guy, I mean, really perfect. We open the mouth, you just blast us.
No, I don't think I have any illusions that I can blast the whole thing. That has a tremendous momentum. It has survived millions and millions and millions of years. The problem is why you cannot fit this into that framework. You see, it is that is fighting the battle. The moment you succeed and capture this, whatever I am saying, into that framework, you have destroyed me. It has to remain outside, and you have to leave this place with this question, what is it that guy is talking? So absolute rubbish. You can't figure out, it doesn't make any sense to you at all. If it makes any sense, you are not listening to me at all. You are listening to yourself. There is no way you can listen to anybody in this world